Hi, welcome. Today we will be doing a full body energizing flow. We are going to get started in a tabletop position. So if you want to go ahead and drop to your hands, drop to your knees. And with that, we want to make sure that our hands are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips, and our hands can even open up nice and wide. So we're pressing into each finger and the palm. Strong arms, press the floor away, pull your abdominals in. From here, we're going to exhale as we round through our spine, drop our head. Inhale the cow. Keep your abdominals engaged as you're pressing the floor away and your gaze is forward, your heart is forward. Exhale, brings you to cat. Inhale, cow. 3 more times. And then we'll open up those knees wide, big toes touch, sit your hips back, and walk those hands all the way forward. Again, open up those palms and press them into the mat. Drop your forehead down and breathe. Walk your hands over to the left, plant your hands side by side, drop your head. Walk your hands through center, coming over to the other side again. Plant your hands side by side and drop your forehead to the mat. Bring your hands back to center, slide them by your head as you press yourself back to all fours. Tuck your toes, press yourselves up into downward dog. Look at your hands. Hop or step through and roll yourself all the way up. We're going to work through some slow moving flows here. So nice big inhale as we sweep our arms overhead. Exhale as we forward fold. Hang your head heavy here for 2 rounds of breath. And then we find that halfway lift, which means nice straight back. Pull your abdominals in. 1 more breath here. Fold yourself forward, plant your hands, hop or step back into your plank. Once you're in your plank, lower all the way down, untuck those toes and press yourself away. Hug those elbows and drop those shoulders away from your ears. Then drop yourself down, tuck your toes, press up into plank, back into downward dog. Lift that right leg high, bend that knee and let it fall open. You can start to roll out your ankle here. One way and then the other. Still being active through your hands and your foot. 1 more breath here. Drop that right leg down, left leg comes high, bend that knee and let it fall open to the right hand side. Roll out that ankle. Back to center. Look at your hands, hop or step forward. And then with bent knees and abdominals pulled in, we roll all the way up. Big inhale, sweeps the arms overhead. Big exhale, folds us forward into our forward fold. Walk those feet together, drop your head. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Find that halfway lift, nice flat back. 2 more breaths here. Forward fold, plant your hands, hop or step back into your plank, lower all the way down, untuck your toes, hug those elbows in, plant your hands and press yourself up. 2 more rounds of breath here. Lower yourself down, tuck your toes, press up into plank, back into downward dog. Once you're in your downward dog, lift that right leg high in 3-legged dog. Focus on planting your hands firmly and having your ears behind or next to your arms. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath here. Drop that right leg, left leg high for 3 rounds of breath. Drop that left foot. Look at your hands. Hop or step forward to that forward fold. Pressing through your feet, bending your knees, pulling your abdominals, and slowly roll yourself up to a standing position. We're gonna go through that flow one more time. Big inhale, sweeps the arms up. Big exhale, swan dives down to our forward fold. 4 rounds of breath here. Walk your feet in together. If they're not already touching, drop your head, let it become heavy. Maybe grab your shins. One more breath. Find that halfway lift. 3 more breaths here. Forward fold, plant your hands, hop or step back. Into your plank, lower all the way down. Untuck those toes, cobra again. Elbows come in, shoulders away from the ear. 3 more breaths here. Drop yourself down, tuck your toes, press up into plank and back into downward dog. We're just gonna hold our downward dog here for 4 breaths. Plant into all 10 fingers, ears are by your arms as you press your chest closer to your legs. Pull your abdominals in and let your heels become heavy. 2 more breaths. Lift that right leg high. We're gonna come to warrior one. So look at your hands and step that right foot forward. You want a gentle bend in that knee. Step that left leg out just slightly and let your foot come to a 45-degree angle. Hips turn forward as you press through your feet and reach your arms up. Palms face each other, shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 4 rounds of breath here in our warrior one. And then we can fold ourselves forward. Step left foot back, step right foot back. We're in our plank. We'll take ourselves through a chaturanga. Halfway lower, untuck those toes, press yourselves away, and then tuck those toes and shift your hips up and back. Now we come to the left-hand side, left leg comes high. Look at those right hands, step the left leg through, right foot comes to a 45-degree angle, hips come forward as we reach those arms overhead. Again, hips are forward, belly buttons pull in, reach those arms high. 3 more breaths here. Fold yourself forward, plant your hands, step back to meet your feet together, lower halfway, untuck those toes, press yourself away, tuck your feet, and press up and back into downward dog. Lift that right leg high. Look at your hands, step it through, pivot on that back foot, pressing evenly through both feet, bend that front knee, sweep those arms up. We're coming to warrior two. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips, bend into that front knee, pull your abdominals in. 2 more breaths. Right hand to right thigh, lift that left arm up and over. Left hand comes to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. Pull your abdominals in. 2 more breaths. Come back to warrior two, bend deeper into that front knee. Extend those arms, really reach them, gaze over that right middle finger. Fold yourself forward, plant those hands, step back into plank, and press up into downward dog. Lift that left leg high. Look at your hands, step it through. Come into warrior two on the other side. Step that right leg wide. Or, pardon me, step that right leg behind your left foot, bend into your front knee and cartwheel those arms up. So we're bending to that front knee, we're bending through the front knee, lengthening through our back, arms are reaching, abdominals are in. Shoulders over hip, gaze at that middle finger. Left forearm to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Press your right shoulder behind you so that it's in line with your left shoulder. Press up and back, right hand to right thigh. Don't lose that bend in your front knee as you reach this left arm behind you. Back to warrior two, bend deeper through that front knee. Pivot on that back foot. As you plant your hands, step back into plank. Take yourself through chaturanga. We lower halfway. Untuck those toes. Press yourself away. 2 breaths here. Tuck your toes. Press yourself up and back into that downward dog. We're going back to warrior one. Lift that right leg high. Look at your hands. Step it through. Step that left foot, or pivot that left foot to a 45-degree angle. Bend through your front knee, sweep those arms up. Bring your hands together, leave your index and thumb out, and breathe here. Let go of your hands, bend both knees, plant your hands, step back into plank. Take yourself through a chaturanga here. Tuck your toes back into downward dog. Left leg comes high. Look at those hands. Step that left leg through. Pivot on that right foot. Bend through your knee as you sweep your arms up. Interlace those fingers, all but your index and your thumb, and reach them to the ceiling. Pull your abdominals in. Let go of your hands, bend that back knee, plant your hands, step back into plank. Take yourself through a chaturanga. And let's hold our downward dog here just for 4 rounds of breath. Last flow here. We're coming to our warrior two. Right leg comes high. Step that right leg through, pivot on your back foot, bend through that front knee, cartwheel those arms up. Left hand reaches for that right hip and right arm reaches behind us. Bend deeper into that front knee. Come forward. We can come for a bind here. So that means the left arm reaches behind us. Right arm reaches under and through. Interlace those fingers, turn your shoulders up to the ceiling. Gaze is at your shoulders. Let go of that. Press yourself up. Pivot on that back foot. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into plank. Take yourself through a chaturanga. Lift that left leg high. Look at your hands, step that left leg through. Pivot on that right foot. Cartwheel your arms up. Warrior two. Right hand to left hip, left arm reaches behind you. Bend deeper into that front knee. Come all the way forward. We're going to come to our bind. Right arm reaches behind, left arm reaches under and through. It's okay if your hands don't touch each other. You can also just stay right here, wherever feels good. And release back to warrior two. Pivot on that back foot. Drop your hands. Left foot meets right, drop to your knees. We'll find a child's pose, open up those knees wide. Big toes touch, sit your hips back. Slide your hands forward and drop your forehead to the mat. Slide your hands by your head, press yourself up. Keep your hips back, and then drop your hip to one side, sweep those legs forward. We're gonna Open our legs wide to find a wide leg forward fold. So flex your feet and actively press the backs of your legs into the mat. Big inhale here, exhale as we sweep ourselves forward. And press yourself up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Sit up tall in those sit bones. Big inhale here. Exhale, fold yourself forward. And press yourself up. Bring those knees together. Keep your feet planted and slowly roll yourself down. Bring those knees into your chest and then drop them over to the right hand side. You can use your right arm to press them down. Left arm's behind you and gazes at that left arm. Try to press your shoulders actively towards the mat. Back to center, knees go the other way, right arm comes behind you, gazes at that right arm. Come back to center, give yourself a hug, bring those knees into your chest and your forehead to your knees. And then extend everything long, full body stretch here. And then come make your way to Shavasana here, however you'd like. Maybe your arms are long by your side, palms face forward, open up those legs wide. And get comfortable. And bend your knees, plant your feet, roll onto your side. Cradle that head and just take a couple breaths here. And then press yourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you for joining me. please like and subscribe so I can make more content. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.